guys, this is Kyle from KGR doing a review on the Sonic Boom double pack of Sonic and Amy. Sweet. Alright, so yep, the Sonic Boom figures are finally starting to hit store shelves, and the cartoon comes out November 8th, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. I know it's going to be on a Saturday morning, and it's going to be a Saturday morning cartoon, so that's awesome. So anyway, yeah, they're finally starting to hit the stores. I know they're available at Toys R Us, that's where I got mine. I'm not sure if they're available at any other stores like Walmart, Kmart, or Target. If they are, please let me know. It'll actually really help me out a ton, because then I know where else to shop for these figures. Because when I went to Toys R Us, I only found this and Orbot and Cubot. This one right now isn't too common, so that's awesome. However, I am going to be opening it up, and it's probably going to be common within the next month. So that's all that matters. So let's take a look at the box itself. So we got the Sonic Boom logo with Sonic up there, and here behind the Sonic Boom logo there's another Sonic Boom logo. So okay, then we get a good look at Sonic and Amy, and we also get a view of the blue Enerbeam, and it says Sonic and Amy up front, so you know who they are in case you don't know your Sonic characters for some reason. It includes Enerbeam, and it says that in multiple languages across the box too, so that's cool for Tomy for allowing its customers to know in multiple languages in case they don't speak English or anything. So go them. So as you can tell, the box is actually very, very small, and it's actually not good because of how it's crushing Sonic's legs. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any other ones that had separated legs, I don't know, how should I say this? Not crushing the legs. That's not good. However, I'm going to be getting another Sonic eventually through the Sonic Booms, both Wii U and 3DS. When I pre-order them at GameStop, I get a figure, and I called up GameStop and I'm getting 2 figures, so that's going to be awesome. And as I already said on the side, it just says more includes Enerbeam, and it says Tomy, so you know who made it, because in case you couldn't get it from the front. You also need to be at least 4 years old. I'm 21. I think I'm old enough. Alright, so on the back we get another Sonic Boom logo. We get the cast. So we see, from the left to the right, Sticks, the newcomer, Knuckles, the beefhead, we got Sonic with blue arms, Amy with a totally different fashion sense, which is nice, and Tails, who is a gearhead. Well, at least more of a gearhead. Anyway, we also got Sonic and Amy on the back, but here the Sonic that they're showing off right here is actually kind of different compared to the one they actually give us. You'll see that in a moment. And then down here we see Knuckles and Tails, which I'm excited to get. That's going to be awesome to have. And then we got the Orbot and Cubot, which I'm super happy to have because it's Orbot and Cubot. We finally got figures of them. And then it says collect them all, and then down here it says it in multiple different languages. And then if you want to read all this information, I recommend buying a box yourself so that you can read it, because not too many people care about it. Alright, now on this side, it doesn't really show much. It's just more stuff down here, which we probably don't really care too much about. At least you know where they are. They're in Illinois. Sweet. Let's go over there and get some figures. I'm all the way in Pennsylvania. I actually have no idea where Illinois is. I know. I'm barely American. Anyway, let's open these guys up and see what's inside. Well, actually, you can see how they are inside. But still, we're going to open them up because I want to play with them. And here are the figures outside of the box. Alright, so before we go over the figures, let's look at this little Enerbeam thing right here. Now, it's rubbery. It feels like a gummy worm or something, or a gummy bear. I don't know, it feels gummy. It makes me want to eat it. And unfortunately, this is like a rubbery plastic, so it's probably not edible. It's kind of toxic, probably. So, don't eat this. As much as you want to. As much as I want to. No, I can't. Anyway. So, here, we have these little ends right here, where I connect to the arms of the characters, and since they're rubber, they'll stick on no problem, and as long as you don't bend it too much, you might be okay. Hopefully you won't break it. If you do, well, it sucks for you. But anyway, let's see how this works. Okay, let's put this, I don't know if you put it across the arm or the hand itself. For now, let's just do the hand, and we'll just see when the cartoon comes out. It's probably going to be the hand. So, yeah, just press the hand. There you go. So you can have Sonic be all like, whoa, I'm gonna hang on random things! Tarzan! Woo! 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 And you want him to connect to Amy. you can have Amy connect to the other side. However, you're probably gonna have to connect it to the left arm because the way that looks, it doesn't really wrap around the other way around. And Sonic, as you can tell, just fell off the other one. So let's try it again. Come on, Sonic. Stay on grip. And same with you, Amy. You know, talking to figures helps. So yeah, there you go. If you want it to look kind of awkward, there you go. That's kind of how it works. Kind of reminds me of like Knuckles and Chaotix for the Sega 32X, where they're like pretty much bound by rings. But this time we got an Enerbeam. Fortunately, we don't know how well the Enerbeam works in the show. Well, we do know a little bit from the show. We can see him swing in the one preview. The game, we see a little bit of preview. We'll get a much better understanding once the show and games come out. Anyway, let's take this off. It seems to be a nice little accessory. Probably not the greatest. It's probably gonna get hairy and dirty very easily since it's like a gummy type of feel. So I'll let you know in the future, maybe an annotation or something. I don't know. Maybe follow me on Instagram so I can take a picture then. Yeah, link will be in the description for the Instagram. Anyway, let's go over both Sonic and Amy. Let's go over Sonic first because Sonic seems to be the coolest character in my opinion. Okay, anyway, so when it comes to articulation, it is a very limited figure. We only have a head swivel, and compared to other figures that I've seen reviews for online, this actually has a little bit more articulation. Like, it's actually free roaming. Woo! Okay, and then we got universal shoulders, so they go outwards, forwards, and backwards. Then we got universal, well, not universal, I apologize. The legs are on a swivel, so it just goes forwards and backwards, so it is very limited. And as you can tell, the legs are bent because of how the packaging was made. However, I will be getting another Sonic figure eventually through GameStop with the Sonic Boom games coming out, so I should have a good figure then. I'll be getting two of them, one to keep in the box, one to actually take out and put it on a shelf or play with. It's your imagination, you guess. Alright, so let's take a look at the sculpt and the paint job. The sculpt, they actually did a decent job in my opinion. The top quill, it doesn't really stick out as much as these two down here. And it actually does look kind of decent. Like when you see it on paper, it looks good. When I saw it on the cartoon at first, I felt really weird about it. But seeing it on a figure, it actually does look kind of good. It actually looks like it blends in. I'm growing to it. Sonic has blue arms, so they got that right. Go Tomy. But anyway, the chest piece right here, the little chest, I don't know. I don't want to call that. You can call him his belly. It really widens at the top, but this is just a common thing for all the other figures, so this is just going to be a thing. I'm not sure how it is on the show. Let me actually look at the box, and hopefully we can get a good image. I'm not really seeing too much of an image, but the way that the figures look on, like, at least in person and on the box, it is very, very different. Like, for one, as you can tell, the way that the face looks, like the eyes aren't like even, but that's because it's how it's supposed to be made, and it's supposed to have a giant smirk. As you can tell on this one, it doesn't really have that. In fact, the feet actually look a lot wider, and the chest piece actually does come down longer, and the face is just a regular old face that you'd probably get from the Burnbot figure, which I'm not going to be getting, unfortunately, but oh well. So unfortunately they don't get that right on this figure apparently, but fine. I wish, like, the only thing I have to really complain about is just the leg thing. That is really bothersome. Also, the paint job isn't all that amazing because here the white on the eyes does go onto the muzzle, and the muzzle paint also comes onto the eye, so it felt like it was maybe kind of rushed. And I'm about to sneeze. I'm not even gonna edit that out. I think you'll like that, kids. Anyway, but everything else does seem to be okay. We got this little watch thing right here, so that looks kind of cool. I don't know how it's actually supposed to look on the show, so if you know, let me know in the comments. Well, actually, we'll probably have to wait until the show, or actually, you probably can get a good look on the show, well, at least on the previews that we've seen so far. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And the way that they got the tape to actually look like a different shade compared to the actual shoe is actually really, really cool. I like that. It looks like it's like dirtier or something. And you also see a little code right here. I don't really know what that code is 4, but if you want to know that code, there you go. It's not going to do you any good. But anyway, it's a decent sculpt. The plastic with that feel, it kind of does feel like the Jazzwares figures, where they can get like a little tiny bit rubbery, so you can try to bend with them if you want, but I don't recommend doing that. So, for a figure, it seems to be okay. Like, I can have fun with this if I want to, with the limited articulation that you're given. It's probably better than the figures I've had when I was a kid. I had the freaking Toy Island figures. They weren't all that amazing. I wish I had a Restore Sonic as a kid. Oh man, that would have been nice. But we got these ones now. And also, we got the Jazzwares figures. Segue into the Jazzwares line. Now, okay, this is a very uneven surface, so I'm actually going to put it on a level surface and see how it stands. And I might as well actually move the camera as well, see how well it stands. Alright, so let me pull up my chair a little bit. And I apologize for how bumpy and ugly this is probably going to be. My god, I can't really do much. Hold up, actually. I have an idea. I'm just going to take the camera off the tripod. Like magic. Where is that magic switch thing? Can't find it. There it is. Anyway, as you can tell, he actually does stand up very well. He is not really top heavy, which is actually really good for a Sonic figure like this. Like, it's mainly the Jazzwares ones that really have an issue with top heaviness, but these ones actually seem to do it very well. Again, he's mainly falling because my stage is a very unlevel surface, but the fact that he was standing up for quite a while on that is actually a decent type of thing. But yeah, there you go. He stands up very well. His shoes aren't that big, and his head's not all that heavy either. Like, his quills don't go out too far, and his head doesn't seem to be all that heavy. So that's really good how he can actually stand up like that. So alright, let's put her back up here, and I guess you can see him on a little stage. It's just a little white poster board, but still, it looks almost professional. Alright, let me just put her back up here. There we go. So, as I was saying earlier, the way that they scale to each other, it actually does a decent job. So, if you want them to both be on your figure shelf, they will look good, very well next to each other. So, I'm really happy that Tomy did that, so it would just look good. I was thinking about actually having a separate shelf just for these figures, because I was thinking they might be different sizes, but no, they actually do a decent job with staying to each other's scales. So go Tomy and Jazzwares. Well, mainly Tomy, because Tomy just had to look at that and be like, okay, they're the same size. Okay, good. So, I was gonna say, when it comes to which figure I would probably play with, it just really all depends. If I like Sonic Boom Sonic better, then I'm probably gonna play with Sonic Boom Sonic. But I'm just used to this Sonic because this is the one I grew up with pretty much my whole life. Like, at least this design, not this figure, because this figure came out I don't know how many years ago. But still, it's a good figure. The paint job could have been better, and the way that it was packaged kind of messed it up a little bit, but he still can stand up by himself, which is still good. However, it's not going to be even. But if you want an even looking Sonic, they are releasing other ones in sets, and the one from GameStop when you pre-order Sonic Boom. So pre-order Sonic Boom before it's too late. Anyway, let's go over Amy now. Alright, so Amy, there she is. Done. Nah. Okay, so just like Sonic, it does have a head swivel for articulation, like at least at the head, and also because of the quills, you can't really move it all that much. This is mainly an issue for Knuckles figures, but for Amy, I never seen that before, at least not me personally. So it's kind of weird, but fine. We also get universal shoulders, backwards, forwards and backwards, and outwards, and up, down, turn around, Spider-Man, do whatever, and light swivels, right? But because of the dress, it's very limited. Alright, so when it comes to the paint job, on the head, at least around the face, they did do a good job, where there's no paint coming from the eyes to the muzzles, at least none that I can see whatsoever. Like, if you zoom in, they did actually a really good job. Amy stares into your soul. But, however, on other parts of the figure, paint where it's supposed to be isn't right. Like, around here, Like you see that little piece sticking out. Around there, that's supposed to be brown, both on the back of the box and on a little cartoon work, which I will be showing off soon. See, like this is how it's supposed to look. Is it supposed to be purple or brown? I don't know. I'm looking at both of these and I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to see them. I'm seeing purple, but on here it looks kind of brown. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not colorblind. It just looks weird. So I wish he could have gotten that right. The shoe, yeah. So like the shoes, they're not perfect. The watch looks very nice, but when we look in the box, it looks like purplish or brownish. I don't know. It's supposed to blend in with that. Actually, for all I know, this could be wrong and this could be right. However, well, at least when it comes to the paint and stuff, like on the shoes, nah, that seems to be correct in my opinion. So, yeah, because on here on this, we don't really get to see what the watch looks like. So that kind of sucks. We just gotta wait until the show comes out, because we might be able to get a good look at the previews, but it's probably for only like a second, so you have to like really pause it, I guess. I don't know. Then we just wait until the show and game comes out, and hopefully we'll get a much better look. But it does. I like the new outfit. I don't want to say it's cute, but it's a nice change. It's good to have change sometimes. So awesome, and also we also got a little bit of gold paint on the glove. So if you ever want to look out for that, there you go. Be careful. Like, it seems that Tomy also has problems with making Sonic figures, just like Jazzwares. So that kind of sucks. Usually Tomy's really known for like making, Pokemon figures. And I think Pokemon figures might turn out well. I personally don't have any, at least not from Tomy, so I wouldn't know. So if you have any, please let me know in the comments and tell me how are the paint jobs on them. Because I don't know if it's just a curse for Sonic figures then. Cause I don't know. Because Nendoroid Sonic is freaking flawless. I don't know. I guess we just need to pay attention a little bit more. I think later down the line, when we get more figures, we hopefully will not run into this issue anymore. But for now, we're probably going to have these hiccups. So, anyway, let's compare it to Jazzwares Amy. And again, let me put it on a level surface. And hold on, let me get the magic switch thing. Where in the world is that? It's somewhere around here. Here we go. Awesome. Alright, so as you can tell, Amy seems to stand up very well. So that's awesome. She wouldn't have that top heaviness like Sonic would have had, so that's good. But as you can tell, her legs weren't warped because of the packaging. At least in my eyes, it wasn't warped. If it is warped to you, please let me know in the comments. Because I know some other people's figures ended up being warped, mainly Amy. Sonic, I haven't seen warped. Actually, no, I've seen one from Awake Angel 2001. Like, his Sonic figure was warped, just like mine. But whatever, fine. But yeah, it's still a good Amy figure. Hopefully we'll get some better ones once the line gets, bigger and like older. But for now, we're gonna have these small hiccups. But now let's compare it to Jazzwares Amy. Alright, so when you look at the faces on both Jazzwares and Tomy's, Amy's, I like Tomy's a lot better. Because it just seems more cartoonic, more dynamic, And also, I think that's like a super glue spot. It might not show up on camera, but I see it in real life. Like a little spot. But anyway, let me just take Amy off her little stand. Anyway, the dress, that's really all up to you guys. Also, at least on Jazzwares, they gave her panties. I know it sounds perverted, but attention to detail. Well, she's going commando. And also, I almost forgot. Here on the back of her head, like, you probably can't see. You might be able to see a little bit. But here on the back is supposed to be pink. Just like this, Amy. However, they didn't paint the back of her head. Probably because not too many people are going to be looking back there. But, I don't know. It's a Sonic fan base. The Sonic fan base is not a good fan base. They complain about everything. Do I complain about everything? I complained about Knuckles when he got beefed up. Well, so did everybody else, but it grew on to me. I like it. As you can tell, my Amy's acting up, unfortunately. But oh well. And she's also dusty too. Sweet Jesus, that's what happens when you put a figure on a shelf. and you don't dust for some reason. But anyway, I wish these figures would have had elbow and knee articulation. However, this is just not going to be happening for these figures. So if you want articulation like that, go for the Sonic figures. You're going to have a better deal with those. But if okay, when I was a kid, when I was taking my Sonic figure, I put the arms back, and even with the plushes too, then I would just move the leg like really fast. So if you're going to do that too, then you're better off with these figures because you have little to no issues because that's all the articulation you need. With Sonic, however, there is a little bit of issues. However, I have them actually sticky-tacked to my stand, so I don't want to really take it off. Actually, I think I do have another one, but the articulation on that's kind of messed up. Like, it's just weird. The Jazzwares figures are just really bad. But, whatever. Hey, this Amy doesn't belong with this Sonic. This one does. Kiss. Mwah. Alright. Enough of me being a fool. Alright, so they're $8 for the double packs, and are they worth it? Kinda, yeah. I think they're worth it. I think the standalone Jazzwares figures from the standalone Sonic figures from Jazzwares, they used to go for about like $5 or $6 a piece, but now they always come with a small accessory, so now they're going upwards of $10. So I think you're getting a good deal out of these. And also they're coming out with other double packs, and I think Styx by herself may be $6-7. So in today's economy, it is a good deal, but I don't know, it's all up to you guys. If you're interested in the Sonic Boom figures, I personally think they're worth checking out. And you can find them at Toys R Us, about $8 each. Like, they're not listed on the website. Some of them are, but the double packs, at least when I checked before this recording, they weren't listed. So you're probably gonna have to wait to check online to get these guys. And normally, I wouldn't recommend ordering these figures online. These, like, when it comes to these figures like Sonic, when it comes to Tomy and Jazzwares, you're going to want to actually go in store and look at the figure itself in the packaging, because there's always something wrong with them, like the missed paints. And when I got my Blaze figure, the paint on that was so off. Like, there was something up with the ear, and there was like gray paint alongside the shoes. Ugh. So yeah, just actually go in store and find these. And when you do, I recommend picking them up. And I'm probably gonna go after like the full cast. Like, no, I'm not counting the accessories like Burnbot or anything, but I am gonna be getting Tails, Knuckles, Eggman. I already have Orbot and Cubot, and I'm excited to do reviews for those. That's gonna be awesome. So that's gonna be awesome. All right. So let me know in the comments what you think of this review, and let me know if you're getting these. And if you're new to the channel and like what you saw, then don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tune in next time for another review of me doing Orbot and Cubot. And if I ever get more of these figures, like getting the Styx or the Tails and Knuckles figures, I will be doing reviews of them. So be excited for those. And I guess I will see you guys next video. And also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So there you go. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later.